department na nag-i-increase yung production. And then we also have the concept ng long run versus short run impact na parehas na naapektuhan yung paano magre-respond yung buyer, yung consumer, or your seller, or producer, or firm pag masyadong konti yung time that you will give them or you give them longer time to respond. So una is long run versus short run impact sa demand. Kasi ikaw na consumer, pag wala kang masyadong time to react, like example ko kanina is emergency siya purposes, so you can't have time to look for other hospitals na saan ka mas makakamura because it's a life and death situation. So ang mangyayari in the short run, laging ang elasticity value mo ay mababa or inelastic than in the long run. So in the long run, ang elasticity value mo ay magiging elastic na siya because you have more time to look for other hospitals that can give you lower rates, halimbawa, ng medical procedures because you have a longer time. So on the demand side, it can be sometimes be difficult to change your quantity demanded in the short run. So sa demand side, usually if you're given a short time to adjust to it, then hindi mo masyadong pabago yung quantity demanded mo, yung dami ng bibilihin mo if it's abrupt, rather than if you're given a long time to adjust for it, then mas malaki yung possibility na mababago mo yung quantity demanded. In the sense na pag mas mahaba yung mataon, makakagawa ka ng paraan na pwede akong makahiram ng pera kay ganito. So that gives you a lot of time to raise money. So it becomes more elastic for you if you're given a longer time to raise money, other than if the short run, kulang ka sa panahon and you're dealing with life and death situations. So ang mangyayari is kakagatin mo na or bibilhin mo na yung kung ano man yung nandiyan na. So the energy elasticity, another example is the elasticity of demand for energy is somewhat inelastic in the short run. Bakit elasticity of demand ng energy ay inelastic in the short run? Kasi if you're not given enough time in the short run, hindi ka makakahanap ng pamalit nung existing source mo ng electricity. Kaya in the short run, it becomes inelastic because you don't have any other, you're not given enough time to look for other alternative as energy source. So nagiging elastic siya in the long run because we can explore other ways to produce energy, but it takes a longer time to do that, okay, to find other alternative sources ng energy. We also have this example here na yung isa, the same again. Ito naman is decrease in supply ang scenario natin. So parehas na decrease, yung shift ng dalawa the same yung pagkatayo. Ang pinagkaiba lang is yung demand curve mo dito sa kabila is elastic, mas flatter, kaysa ito na mas patayo, which is more inelastic. Inelastic yung demand curve mo. So dahil magkaiba yung elasticity of demand for the product, pero parehas sila ng elasticity of supply as well as the change decrease in supply. So mapapansin nyo na pag inelastic ang demand curve at the same decrease in your supply, ang mangyayari is mas malaking increase ng price pag inelastic ang demand kumpara pag kaysa less na increase in price with the same decrease in supply pag ang demand ay flatter or more or elastic. So may advantage yung elastic ang demand mo with a decrease in supply because less lang yung mararamdaman mo na increase in price kumpara para sa mas malaking pagbulusok ng pagtaas ng presyo sa isang good na nag-decrease ang supply pag inelastic ang demand mo nito. Pero ang advantage naman ng isa ng inelastic at demand at nag-increase ang supply, mas malaki yung ibababa ng presyo pag na ma-enjoy mo pag inelastic ang demand at nag-increase ang supply. So there's a pros and cons depende sa direction ng inyong tawag mo ito, ng inyong direction ng inyong supply kung nag-decrease or nag-increase. So tatandaan nyo yan yung kailan mas beneficial kay buyer in terms of price decrease. Okay? Pag nag-increase ang ating supply. Pag inelastic ang demand o elastic ang demand. So makikita nyo na yan sa graph kanina. And then kailan naman mas beneficial sa consumer na mas konti yung mararamdaman niya na increase in price. Okay? Na epekto ng pagbaba ng supply. Kailan ito mangyayari? Pag mas elastic ang demand, mas konti yung i-increase ng price due to decrease in supply. Okay? And then meron din tayo sa long run versus short run impact sa supply. Ganun din. Parehas silang demand. If you given the supplier, firm, or producer short time to adjust, okay, or to expand their production, in the short run, hindi nila mababago kaagad yun. Because you will need to build capital and so on and so forth, or maghahanap ka ng dagdag na pondo to expand your production, and you can do that in the shorter period. Kaya ang nangyayari is, for supply side of markets, producer of goods and services typically find it easier, mas madali naman na mag-expand ng production mo in the long run because you can acquire or earn additional funding in the long run rather than given only a very short period or few months to do that. It will not be easy. So in the short run, it can be easy, costly, or difficult to build a new factory, hire new many workers, or open new stores. So medyo mahirap to gawin in the short run. So hindi masyadong mag-a-adjust yung production mo because it takes time to build a new factory or hire new workers or open new stores. Okay? So this, you can build this, all of this in the long run. So in most markets for goods and services, so in the short run, yung prices mo is taas-baba, taas-baba. So mas gumagalaw yung presyo mo, taas-baba in the short run than yung quantities in the short run. Why? Because it takes time for the producer or seller or firm to adjust in the short run to changes in the price. Okay? But in the long run naman, yung quantity ay mas madaming movements, up and down movements kaysa sa prices in the long run. So bakit ganito ito? Kasi sa most markets na mas madalas magbago yung in the short run, magtaas-baba, taas-baba yung inyong presyo. And then, pero yung quantities ay mas nagkaroon ng movement na up and down yung quantities kaysa sa price in the long run. It's because dahil ito sa in the short run kasi ay both yung supply and demand mo are inelastic. So parehas tayo na tayo. So any changes dito is so that shifts in either demand and supply can cause a greater relatively change in prices. So dahil inelastic sila in the short run, so any changes sa demand and supply mo, malaki kagad yung ibubulusok ng presyo o malaki kagad yung ibabagsak ng presyo. But since mas flatter na yung supply and demand mo in the long run, the long run movements of prices are more muted. Hindi na masyadong maramdaman yung taas-baba ng presyo. Pero ang mas madali mong makikita, mag-a-adjust more easily in the long run, I see quantity. Okay? Okay, so lalabas din yan sa exam. Kailan mas elastic? Kailan inelastic ang demand or inelastic supply? Pag sa short run. In the long run, they are given enough time to raise money, okay, for consumption or to raise money for expansion. So, in the long run, mas elastic ang demand at supply. Okay, so lalabas din yan sa exam.